So let's go ahead now and add in the real type that's going to flow around the outside of this circle, which in this case is going to be a selection of climb names from these famous climbs in Italy. Now I've already got them keyed in a separate document, so you don't have to worry about typing them all. So bring up your open dialog box, let's go into your project files, go over to your Illustrator files, and you'll see this document called climbnames.ai. Go ahead and open it, and you'll see I've just created some white type that runs through the center of a black background so we can see it. All we're going to do is double click on the text itself to access the type, select all, copy it into memory, close this file down, and then we can come back over, select our type that's over here, select all, and simply paste to replace it. Okay, so it'll come in white and it's in the right font, but it's also incredibly small. So what we want to do is now scale it up, and this is where the central type now really comes into being. If we go back to the main selection tool, all we're going to do is come to the character section up here, or if you want to pull up the character panel, we can do it here as well. So we'll do it either way. All we're going to do is nudge the type up just 1 point at a time. You see what I mean about the centering? Once you get the organization right, the type now just flows evenly around both sides until we reach the size that we want. So I think 16 or 17 point in this case is going to be just about right. I think about 16 would look great. Now, one thing I do want to point out here, let's say you're in a situation where we used a circle from an existing piece of artwork. Let's say we took our wheel from our CMYK, and we wanted type to run around the outside of it, but then instead of having the type sit right on the edge of the wheel, we want the text to be a little bit further away. Well, you might be tempted to scale the circle, okay, and that's perfectly normal. The thing is, when you scale the circle, you also scale the type, so you'd then have to, if you wanted to keep the same type size, you'd have to then resize it. Well, another way you can do it is something called baseline shift. You simply tell the text to move up above its natural baseline, which keeps the circle the same size, but just pushes the type further away. Now that's actually in the character panel, but it's slightly hidden. Let's go over here and choose Show Options, and you'll see quite a few appear down here. There's more than one that we could go over, but this is the item you're looking at, single baseline shift. So if we click the up arrow here and just nudge this type a few pixels at a time, you can see exactly what's happening. I'm going to go to around 12 point on that. So the circle stays the same, but the type now moves further away. So I think this ends up looking really nice, especially, like I say, if you combine it with other shapes and make sure that they don't overlap and touch. Now, once again, we've made some serious changes now to our RGB document. We've got a really nice layout here. So let's go ahead and make sure that we save this for when we come back later on.